Hello.
We are live. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Ashton and Mersey podcast. I am Alex. I'm joined by the lad there, the professional, Chris Andrews, and our guests for episode number 2 are below me. We have Terry Snowden, MBE, the legend that is, and of course, RJW, who's kind of below the professional, the past professional, they used to be professional, but now Metrolink driver, Rory J. Walsh.
Not anymore.
No, he's not
anymore. Train, moved on.
Shiny ass now.
I've been promoted, haven't I?
Been promoted.
He's been promoted to doing absolutely nothing.
Do you still work? Is it still next stop Farnbrook?
Oh, yeah, it's all that, but I don't have to drive him anymore.
Yeah, brilliant. Right,
what
so
you do?
What do I do?
Yeah,
what do you do?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Organise the people that drive the trams. Is that the?
Oh, yeah, the cameo from Louise there.
There she is.
Fuck all. I do fuck all, apparently.
He actually does less when he's a golf professional.
He does less when he's in the shop.
Why can't I hear Chris?
I don't know. He's one of them that needs to wait until everyone else shuts up to be able to talk. So anyway, can now.
I can hear
now. Of course, it's going like clockwork. This one, it's dead easy. Anyway, a couple of things before we get going. First thing that we have to say is, there's been people still working out at the golf club. I've had a phone call off the secretary, Terry, today. He's told me not to thank him for all he's doing, but I am going to do anyway because he's still doing a load of work and it's still, organising all these different things. So fantastic job Terry Hughes is doing. Also, big shout out to Sarah, who's still going down and doing bits and bobs with the golf club, helping out massively. Same with Jessica as well. And also all the lads at the green staff still working hard to get the course in good condition. And it's mad considering me and you played, Chris, probably just over a month ago, and we were praying for it not to rain ever again. And then now we're at the point where we needed rain. It was getting brown, the place, wasn't it?
It's actually 6 weeks on Sunday since we played the Paddy's Day.
Yeah, wow.
Now, I went and I was turning round to the green staff saying, we could do with some rain, couldn't we?
It's madness. Madness that we could do with rain. But I was down last week. Course was looking mega. The greens. I've been posting some of the photos and stuff. It's mega. But of course, no golf still. Mr. Rory J. Walsh, have we been doing any secret practice in the house whilst you've had your time or not?
I did a bit of chipping the other day because Martha's started playing now.
Oh, God.
So I borrowed some clubs off Salty for her. And so we've been causing injuries in the back garden.
Causing injuries to yourself or to...
No, to the children. They whack
each other. Just to the children. Yeah.
They whack each other. They have no spatial awareness.
No. Well, that's how it goes. Terry, any secret practice for you? I know you're a big practicer when you're down at the golf club, usually.
I haven't touched anything. In fact, I've not even been beaten for 6 weeks, you know that.
Undefeated.
I've not done anything at all. We're working, so it's really hard to we're not furloughed and we're not stuck in the house. We're stuck in the house all day, but we're working. So we've been involved with delivering national emergency trust money for local communities across Greater Manchester.
Yeah, brilliant. So you're still working, Tez, obviously with Forever Manchester and all that kind of stuff, and Heroes Project, yeah.
Yeah, it's all Forever Manchester stuff, and it's all going really very well, but it's very busy.
Yeah, I can imagine this time.
A little bit of not a complaint, but an issue with the sound that I'm hearing here. It sounds like
you do sound like you're underwater, Terry. I've got to say, it sounds like you're talking to me through a snorkel, but I'm not quite sure what that is. But anyway,
I think it might have been a channel I was on earlier.
You were fine when you were on earlier. It was fine in the pre-record, in the testing, as always.
Testing, 1, 2.
See, I can hear Kris now. All's fine.
I can't hear Kris.
You can't hear Kris. I can't hear Terry very well. But
He doesn't want to either.
Me and
You don't
Terry
want
will talk, and you and Kris talk.
Right, well, that's fine. We've had one question, not a bigger response this time, but we've got a question off Mr. Paul Simons, Simo, the granddad of the golf club. And his question was, do you think an amateur will ever win a major in the modern day? What do we reckon? Rory Walsh, we go to you first. No chance. No?
No chance. No chance.
You don't think one of the amateurs coming through like the way that what's his name, Victor Hovland came through and literally won and tore within.
Well, if Tiger Woods couldn't win one as an amateur, he could barely make the cuts, and he was probably one of the best amateurs ever. I don't think any other amateur have much of a chance. They're not. It's a different game they play.
Yeah,
and these guys are good, aren't they? So,
but do you not think that there's more lads coming off the college stuff and winning within a month of them being on tour? Do you not reckon it's going to happen where within a month they're going to win a major or something like that, and it's not
different.
It is a bit
different.
What do you think?
I just don't think they have enough experience of such a golf course that they play in the major.
No. I mean, I think the PGA Championship's a bit closer, but obviously they can't get into that one. There is no amateur. They can't go in that one.
It'd be that one.
It'd be that one because it'd be easier.
Yeah.
Chris Andrews, what do you reckon? Amateur golfers?
Not a chance.
Not a chance? Nowhere near?
I just don't know. I agree with Rory. It's just I know what you're saying, Alex, about like Victor Hovland coming on tour, but he's just going out and he's winning a regular tour event. You know, not going winning a major.
No. And Terry Snowden, what do you reckon?
Well, I reckon at this current moment in time, they've got a cat and out jam probably because they're all locked down. That's my own take on it.
Yeah. Then we've had another question in the comments from Mr. Simon Priest. Now, Simon Priest asked, where did you get that picture of Rory for the thumbnail? That was his first question. Now, Rory, you've seen the one. Now, that I remember. I used that one because I remember you saying to me that was one of your favourite pictures of you where you had the flag behind your head.
Do you know how long ago that was now? 10 years ago. Me and Salty playing in the 4-ball championship at Forest Pines, that was.
I knew it was your favourite photo. That was why I used it. 2010. Yeah.
And I had
that was a boozy one,
Mark.
Did you play that one, Chris?
Forest Pines? Can't remember.
That's the only problem with this golf.
I'll be honest with you, can't remember.
You've got to ask.
They all roll into one these days, these tournaments.
You don't have to ask Chris what his favourite golf tournament is. It's more like what was his favourite session.
Yeah, what was the favourite session in between? And
what's your favourite session and who was it with?
Yeah. The 4-ball should help, though. At least the two of you there. So at least both of you go wrong. Both of you go on the piss. You're both in the same mode, aren't you? Then?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Ken Warrington saying, Terry, is the hat on because you've just come from under the hairdryer? That's what I've been asked there.
Let me, Alex, I'm going to leave and come back because my audio's really crackly and what have you.
Okay, see if you can find some headphones. It might be better because Rory's is better that way. Right, we're losing Mr. Andrews. I'm going to boot him out for now. We're losing Chris Andrews, which is probably a good thing right now. And then Cypress, we're going back to that one. Who's been closest to winning? Paul Dunn, Justin Rose. They're the kind of ones. But they've not really had a run at it at the amateur things like that, have they? And I just don't see it.
Not really. I think.
Also, yeah, go on.
I think DeChambeau had a go, didn't he, at the Masters, but fell away, and I just don't think it'll happen.
Yeah, and it was the same with what was that lad? Bo Hosler did quite well at the US Open. His first crack. They need. I mean, it's one of them. They need to be right in the midst of their season. US Open's usually the one. I think that's the end. That's when they're still playing their best golf for college. So if they're gonna do it, it's that. And then it's where US Open is that close, where like the field is. There's probably not 10 shots between the winner and lads making the cut. You're kind of in it into the last day, aren't you? if you have the Masters where someone's shooting 20 under par, these lads just aren't going to do it. And we'll just see. What do we reckon about golf coming back then? Golf is due to come back 9th of June. What do you reckon to that? I think it's mad, to be honest, that they've scheduled that in. But what do you reckon to all that?
Is this professionally or amateurly?
Professionally, I believe is coming back. Amateur golf, they've not put anything out, but the PGA Tour has said.
PGA Tour have said the first 4 tournaments behind closed doors, haven't they?
First 4 behind closed doors in the middle of June, which is just, I think, is a bit crazy that they've come back that early.
Got to be honest with you. I think that social distancing is far easier to be able to do on a golf course than it is on a football pitch.
Yeah, Oh, definitely. And I think the big thing that's going to mess everything up is the fact that you've got the PGA Tours pushing to come back because they're like the Premier League. There's more push of sponsors and things like that that want to get people back. It's kind of the same where England golf has got more people arguing to come back due to all their stuff. People are saying they can play golf, whereas the lower league football, they can kind of understand. So they're going to kind of rush it back. We're going to try and add Kris back in here. Is that better?
That is better.
This is better.
Did you see the move? Right. Just a jump to the right.
Yeah, he's moved
Can you hear
over.
me, Rose?
Yeah, I can hear you. Have you changed T-shirt?
No, I've still got my T-shirt. Yeah, I've changed my T-shirt to make the signal better.
Yeah, that's what it must have.
No, I was using my phone before because it wouldn't fire up on Luke's Mac, but it has now. So
right. We're talking
and
about.
I've got these things in my ears. I look like a right knob like the other people.
That's it. You're looking well. Talking about golf coming back, Kris, and the professional golf being back 9th of June.
Right. So on the golf side of things, in the last hour, I've had an email internally off the PGA with our 4 phases of when golf starts back again.
Wow.
So basically, the PGA, bigger, which we all know, British Institute of Greenkeepers Association, the R&A, they've all been, over the last week, they've been putting together basically a plan for when golf courses reopen. And also now they've put together for immediate action, basically. So tomorrow, Thursday, 2:00 tomorrow, I'm registered for a webinar with the PGA and I forgot his first name now. I think it's Gavin Tracer. He's an MP. He's been in with the government today and he's doing a webinar with the PGA tomorrow, letting us know.
So that'll be for amateur golf. That's to get amateurs back.
For clubs. It's basically, if I haven't got my phone here, I've passed this on to Terry, so Terry's fully aware of stuff. Operational guidance for phase reopening of golf. So basically, it's given us everything we need to know for when we get back playing, which I don't think is going to be too far away.
Yeah, I mean, which is good. I think, there's been talk about it being like, just introducing like 2 balls and things like that. So I think that. Relatively soon.
You probably can't see it.
No,
you probably won't be able to see it. You won't be able to. But anyway, it's 4 pages of all the different measures, different usual stuff like going into possibly. It does say recommended 2 balls, but there's no reason why you can't play 3s and 4s. Not you touching the flagstick. Stuff we did on the Saturday before we locked down.
Yeah.
But there's also a hell of a lot more stuff on there. Like, for example, clubhouse facilities will be still closed. Pro shop will be open, but 1 in, 1 out.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's all the guidelines that they've given anyway. I'll know more tomorrow when I've been on this thing because this Gavin Tracy, this MP, is something to do with the golf and something or other committees that it's at government today.
Should we not have a breaking news banner at the bottom, Alex?
I can't do breaking. Can I? In fact, do you know what? I can't. No, can't do that one. Create a banner.
Kris,
breaking news.
Yeah.
Did you put forward your suggestion, which is brilliant? In stop the transmission of this deadly virus, was to put the cups in upside down, which was a genius thing, wasn't it?
Well, I think we should do that going forward, mate. Can you imagine? Well, there was talk, and I know that there was a golf course that did it where they put like a hoop over the flag, so it was around the hole. Like not a big hula hoop, but like a like a polo meant that. You know what I mean? A polo, like going over the flag. So if it touches it, it classes going in. I was like,
in Germany, they've done upturned cups, that are outside of the hole.
Yeah.
If it hits it, it goes in. But they've spray painted a foot round the hole ring.
So if it bounces out of that,
if it bounces out of that ring, it's not gone in. So you can't just whack it at the hole.
Well, that's no good for me. My normal,
you'd be screwed.
My normal putts finish 6 foot past us anyway, so never mind. I'd be knackered.
So that was, I just thought, like I say, it was only in the last hour or so where that's come through to just internally off the PGA. So that is, it's promising. I'm not saying that we're going to be back playing golf in another 2 weeks, but I am saying that they are preparing us they're sending this now so we can implement stuff, because I did spit a rang Terry as well and told him about this, that and the other. And
it does sound like we're probably going to get something the end of this 2 week cycle. It'll probably be some kind of golf back. I mean, I can't imagine they can't, because it's, the argument of having people going out walking and stuff, there is not much difference, and because we can social distance, it's good that they're doing that. The other thing that I had an email off Mike Lynch this week, who's obviously involved in Cheshire and all that kind of stuff, saying that the handicap stuff is still going ahead for November, and they're still planning on that rolling out in November, and to be planning on all that kind of stuff, which will be even more chaos if people aren't in golf clubs to talk to and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome. I'll be off about 12 then next year.
Well, it's an average of your last 10 rounds or something like that. So God knows whatever your handicap's going to be and all that kind of stuff. We've had another question off David Marsh, who we've all know. What about our Saturday comps the rest of the season? Literally have no idea how it's going to go. The question will be like, go on then,
answer that one. First week back, Dave, there'll be Kris will be selling the Christmas store ticket.
A lot of it on that kind of lines is going to be dependent on what Kongu say for qualifying rounds and all that kind of stuff. What's going to be allowed, whether you're going to be allowed to do it with the flags up to, the poles upturned and stuff like that, and all the social distancing, and whether we're going to run competitions where we can only go out in 2 balls and stuff like that, and whether we can, and all those different things. So that'll be whether we get back or not. And in regards to which ones we play, don't know until we get a date for when we can get back. Then it's a case of can we get the majors played kind of thing. I think things like Lawson Cup are going to take priority, obviously, and then we're going to have Captain's Day and President's Day. We're going to try and get in, but again, if we can't do the meals and stuff, they may get put back. And then there's things like whether we cancel things like Spring Trophy, and then also dependent when we do get back, whether we have time for the knockouts and stuff like that as well. It's all dependent on when we actually get a date and when they say you can do qualifying competitions and stuff like that.
Yeah, on the knockouts front, if it does when we do open back up, I'm sure we can run the singles, because obviously you're playing that in a 2 ball.
Yeah, singles and stuff like that.
You're just going to have short dates, aren't you?
You have short dates. It's just going to be trying to fit it in.
I think, going back to David's question, I do honestly think within the next 2 weeks to 3, let's say, we will be able to give him an 100% answer.
Yeah, I think if that stuff's all getting put out there, I think we can go on to having it being. We can get people to kind of just figure out a date kind of thing and figure out a calendar, because once they say it's going to be 3 weeks and then you can start playing again, at least we can then go, right, we've got this many Saturdays left until the winter season starts again, and try and have a figure out what it's doing. Side Priest saying 2 balls and 9 hole comps, everyone round, 10-minute tee times only means 14 people per hour,
No, there's always one know-it-all, isn't there?
There's always one know-it-all with maths and logic and things like that. So again, it's not going to be ideal, obviously. And until you go past 2 balls and 4 balls, until you can at least try and get 3 balls out there, and until it's 10 minutes and all that, it's really going to be difficult and stuff like that. It's going to be difficult to get it going. Dave Marsh, another question. He's got, how are we going to generate money for the club while no bar facilities? It's obviously a question that we're all obviously trying to figure out and trying to do things like that until the bar facility gets back going again. There'll be certain staff that obviously there won't be the staffing costs that we usually have and things like that. So that cost is essentially going down. That's the only reason. That's the one thing we can say. And in the same thing in ordering beer and stuff like that. So for as much as we're not making money, we aren't spending anywhere near as much as we always are. Hopefully, this is the stuff, whether it be the members that have joined, which again, this is a big thank you to everyone that's rejoined and things this season, because it's obviously it's tough for everyone right now to rejoin and do whatever they can. Thanks for doing that. That will hopefully cover the costs of green staff, for Kris, and just for the general running of the club, as well as the other things that we can do to generate a bit of money. Because not only is it that, it's probably going to be a while till we can get visitors back as well. I mean, that was one of the
that's one thing I was discussing with Terry before as well. I think it could go either way with that one, with the visitors side of things. It could encourage more people to join clubs.
I think it will, hopefully.
We don't know what's going to, on regards to the visitor side of things. Yes, I do definitely think when we open up, it's going to be members only, which is only right because, at the end of the day, the members are the priority at the club. So on the visitor side of things, I think it'll just be a case of suck it and see.
Yeah, and I said the generating money stuff is just, it's do what we can when we can kind of thing. And
like you was right, Alex. You were saying when we are reducing costs in certain ways because of the government furloughing scheme. So obviously we are saving money on certain employed staff. So costs will come down a little. But again, I'll reiterate what you said, Al. With people who've rejoined already, it's huge. If you're getting behind your club now, I'm sure in the long run there's going to be a big party at some point when we get back, if we're allowed back in the bar, and there'll be a massive appreciation from the committee at the club towards the membership that have renewed and stayed loyal to the club. It's a difficult time. There's a lot of people who are out of work, a lot of people who can't afford to do it. So the people that can, it's very good.
It's more about not generating money. It's more about saving money, isn't it? At this point.
Yeah.
And we've done as much as we can. Sorry, this is cutting Terry's face off that question. We've done as much as we can, obviously, to do all that kind of stuff. Ken Warren saying, do we normally join so far?
No, I've been in conversation about that today with Terry. We'll know more the first week in May.
So obviously tomorrow's the end of April, kind of the cut-off date kind of thing, and then it gets a couple of days where people pay last minute and checks and different things like that. So probably in the next week or two, we'll probably have a better idea with all that kind of stuff. And that, again, with this happening when it's happened and the month that we always have joined in April being that kind of month for us, this has made things a little bit more difficult. And hopefully in the next 2-3 weeks or so, we'll have a better idea, which means that the members can have a better idea of how things are going with stuff. And again, the next few weeks, especially with golf coming back as well, we'll have probably a better plan and a better look of how things are going to go in the next 2 to 6 months kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think the problem that we've got as well, of course, is that we're living in a world of ifs and maybes right now, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The only way that we're able to move forward is when Kris reads that email and he's got more information, and then we'll get more of an idea as how things may pan out going forward.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not just about golf because just the questions of how many have joined so far, they're the things we don't quite know right now. And we've got, once that's figured out, we'll know more with that. When we know when we can play golf, we'll know that. When Kongu say, this is how you can run a competition from now on, you can do 9 holes, 2 balls, flag stay in, don't need to go in the bunkers and all this kind of stuff, then we can have a better idea in the Saturday comp. So until everyone gets the information, we can't really make any big decisions.
And we don't want to give any false hopes out saying, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, when it might be good and well that the course opens, but they might, restrict you to doing any form of, nobody could take a scorecard off you. We don't know. We really are clueless. Everybody's in the dark on it until we get official sort of advice.
Yeah.
Really.
Right, away from the official talk and all that, Simo also put in 2 trivia questions, and I don't know the answers yet.
Right on my street, these.
These are proper. This is definitely a Rory Walsh thing. The first one is, who was the first left-handed player to win a major?
Bob Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Aussie.
New Zealander that won the British Open in the 60s.
Yeah.
New Zealander, sorry, yeah.
Bloody ruined that one, aren't they? So that was I didn't take very long, did it? Next one. How many holes in one has Tiger Woods had in the PGA Tour?
Ooh,
Oh,
2 I can think of.
Is it?
Can you?
Phoenix.
I've
And
seen.
the one on his
Well, remember the
debut.
one in Arizona.
I
The
think
one on his
remember the one in
debut.
Arizona?
Yeah.
I think it's what Simo's in the comments. So Simo's first thing he said, knew you would know because he knows that you do that. Last thing, what's his name? What year was the left-handed golfer?
I'm going to say 1967.
Come on, sir. I don't know. Simo, get
All
back.
right, I thought you did.
I'm waiting. No, I'm
That's a
waiting on
guess.
Simo. He's the one
That's
that
a
did it.
guess.
And then the final one is how many? I think he's only had one Tiger.
2 I think
Alex,
he's had.
One.
He had one on
He's
his
had,
debut.
what are you on about there? How many hole in ones he's had?
On
On tour.
PGA Tour, yeah. I think he's only had one.
He's had more than 2. Jesus.
I don't
No.
think he has, you know.
See, I think it's mad. I think he's only had one. I think
He's
this
had
is
one on his
like
debut. He had
400
one
in
on his
practice.
debut and one at Phoenix.
Can I just suggest something, guys? Alex, if you're going to run a quiz,
No,
Live.
the answers.
I'm not running a quiz. I'm not running a quiz. I'm relaying the comments of our followers.
do you see that pan on your wall just over your left shoulder?
Go on.
I've got them.
Are you in a hair salon, Terry?
Leslie moved the hairdressers to home when about 2 years ago, and so that's why I had my hair cut this morning. The answer to Ken's question is yes.
I've had a cut this morning.
Yeah,
Louise did mine last night.
really. What about your hair?
Yours, Rory.
No.
I think they missed that one, Tez. So Simo said it was 1963 was the on the golfer, and he's had 3 hole in ones all in the 90s. So Terry was right on that one. But yeah, that's it's. We did the quiz last week, Kris, or 2. Was it how long ago was it now? 3 weeks or so?
2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I think.
We'll be getting another one of them going. I think Terry Snowden's going to get involved and do a music round for us when we do the next one.
Are we?
Yeah. I've not told you that yet, but you are now.
You've just agreed to it, Terry.
You've just agreed, Terry, to be helping out with the quiz.
I used to, I used to be a big fan of ABBA. I used to fancy the blonde one. I can never remember his name.
What have you been up to anyway, Tez? Well, we've all been in lockdown.
We have been seriously working. We're doing about 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. And
Doing
so
what?
work's taken over. We've worked with Forever Manchester.
Oh, right.
We got involved with delivering the National Emergency Trust monies. So we're distributing about the best part of £1 million right now to little community projects that are responding to COVID-19. It's all a bit. So I clocked off at 4 o'clock today so I could come and do this.
Did you?
Yeah.
I hope you
Tell us about the golf course. Is it in good nick? I keep hearing rumours it's in brilliant nick and seeing some great
It's
pictures.
tremendous. It's
awesome, mate. I was there yesterday. It's in really good nick. There's been a lot of people will notice it straight away, but some might not. But there's quite a lot of tree work been done as well. Especially down to between 6 and 7. When you play in 6, so the tree line on the left-hand side, there's been a lot of trimming, cutting back that was getting really growing out into the fairway with the overhang. That's been all trimmed back. There has been a few trees, problematic trees that were no good and were dead and for nothing. We got rid of them. It really is good. I mean, I'm going to be going up again. I'll get some more pictures Friday. But yeah, it's in great nick.
I believe as well, Ollie Pantoja's draw tree has gone off the 3rd now. Is that the overhanging one? It has.
The
so
big one.
No.
Anyone that hits a draw off the 3rd or 12th tee has now got a little bit more room now. So that one was overhanging a lot, and also I think it was rotten and also creating problems around the brook and stuff like that. If I believe Kris, if you can back me up on that one.
No, it was when they've done when they've chopped it down last. What day was it? Day is it today? Wednesday. I think it was done on Monday or last Thursday. I'm not sure. You could see he dug down where the pipe is on the brook, and you could see the roots. I mean, some of them are like that, and it's 20 feet away from the tree, and they're that big.
Right.
and they were growing into the brook, pushing the flags into the brook. It was a real problem, that tree. It was causing us a lot of issues there. And it's not made any holes any easier. It's not, it's not like it's made the hole all of a sudden become very easy. So
no, it
had to go.
Mark Simmons to saying there, tree work on the 6th looks great. It was there this morning. Dave Marsh asking about the trees in the 3rd. Obviously done that. That's the only one on there, isn't it? They've not done the one. We're doing none done further down, is there? It's just the one.
No, just that one there. Then again, a lot of the other stuff was sort of trimming back, and you don't realise until obviously in the winter. The last time most of us played golf, especially with me and you, Al, on that Sunday, there was no blossom. There was no blossom on a single tree on the golf course. The place was flooded. Whereas you go now, every tree is in full bloom, literally, and you realise how interfering some of the trees had got. On the fourth tee, when you're still on the 4th tee looking down, there's a smaller bench further down on the right. The tree after that, which wasn't a big tree, that's been taken out.
Right.
That was getting a little bit sort of spiky and overhanging, especially off the back tee. It was catching a lot of people at wood off that back tee.
Yeah.
So it's in the sort of tree line ball flight, and it was clipping it. So that's gone.
Paul Randall saying about the Conifers on the 11th. I believe that's in Mr. Kris Plans, who's also here as well. He's saying it won't be easier when I bring the fairways in.
Oof, nice.
So he's going to make it nice and narrow.
Yeah.
Which trees on the 11th Paul talking about? The ones off the tee?
Paul, the Conifers
on the
right
11,
back
yeah.
The tee.
Aren't they there to protect the tee from the 3rd fairway?
Technically, yes.
Technically, yeah.
First and foremost, they're there for that. But I can see why Paul's saying that, because again, the Conifers go out that way, don't they? So now we're getting to a point you can't really use the back right of the 11th tee anymore, unless you can hit a 10-yard fade. You can't really use it. So I know Crispy is definitely looking into that. He spoke about that with Mark. I know he's had that conversation with Mark about them Conifers. So to answer Paul's question, Paul Randall's question, should I say?
Have a think about taking the second to last tree down by the ditch on the left. There's a lot of words there. I'm not quite sure where you are.
Second to last tree down on the ditch. Which hole?
Which hole?
Not said which hole.
Not said which hole. I think.
So he doesn't know everything, that priest. Can't even get his questions
Simon
right.
Priest doesn't know everything.
Doesn't know.
Wonders will never cease.
Can knock them all down for me.
On the 3rd, he's saying.
On the 3rd?
Yeah.
What, on the left? The second to last tree on the left?
On the right. It's got to be on the left.
Did you say the left?
I think
Another one of the big ones. You can't take another one down.
Be great, that. I'll bomb one down there from now on to do.
Just make it wide open. Just make it a links course.
Yeah, chop them all down. Chop them all down.
It looked like a links course yesterday.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. I think
round up, but we've had a great load of rain today, haven't we?
A good load of rain, so that's just done it. Crispy's just said back to that one. No. So Crispy's got his plans for the trees that are coming out and stuff like that. Talking links courses. I remember me, Rory, and Tez used to go a lot of Thursdays back when Mr. Rory Walsh was a professional golfer to a certain set of links.
When I was a golfer.
You were a golfer, and I'll let Terry tell the story of him hitting the shot off the sixth. Well, it's Rory hitting the tee shot off. I think it was the 17th tee.
Where
are we talking?
Links, the train track going down the right hand side of it.
Yeah, par 5, 17.
I think 17. It was me, Rory, and I think it was Terry. It might have been Ollie Pantoja. I think was
probably.
What was he playing there?
Well, every Thursday, was it Thursdays? Dan Webster a pro-am.
Oh God, yeah.
Like Filed Alliance, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Filed Alliance used to go down there, and Terry's come out with the Rory's at this tee shot, bombed it down there, and it bit into wind. And obviously, when you hit it, you're right by the railings, so the ball makes a funny noise coming off there.
It does.
And Terry just turns to a pair of us and just goes, "Did you hear that whiz?"
Yeah, loved it.
absolutely loved it.
So, whiz is an official golf term for sound for audio. Whizzing.
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 And wasn't that the time when my car broke down on the way there? Do you not remember that? And we had to leave it in the car park.
Yeah, you left it by that car park at Mersey Farm.
Yeah. No, it's still there.
No, it's still there. It was. Tell you what the fourth one was. It must have been Tucker then, because I remember Tucker being there.
It was Tucker.
So it was us being Tucker.
He took us.
And I think me and Rory were in the car, and we didn't even go down the Carrington Spur. Didn't even get to the Carrington Spur.
It broke down.
Mersey Farm just broke down, died. Was that the clear?
I remember another time playing with Rory Walsh in a comp where we went to play somewhere, and Rory hit his drive into another golf course.
Yes. Yes. I was on Denton. Playing Fairfield.
There was no out of bounds there or anything. So what does he do? He takes his second shot from the other golf course, sticks it to about 3 foot of the hole, and sinks the putt.
And then when we'd finished the hole, someone said, "You just hit it off Denton." I said, "No, it's the same golf course." No, that's Denton. We're playing Fairfield. And I'd walked through all these bushes and gone on to Denton.
So it's not out of bounds?
It was, but I couldn't see any stakes. So I just assumed it was another hole.
Have you never played Fairfield, Baggers?
I don't think I've played Denton, but I've not played Fairfield.
My old club, that's where I'm born and bred, Fairfield.
It was before they rearranged it, Kris.
The old club, brilliant back then. That old clubhouse, brilliant old clubhouse. Best 19th hole you'll ever go in anywhere in the UK there, Fairfield. But yeah, the course between Fairfield and Denton, you've got literally like a 6-inch little trough.
Bush. Yeah, it was a bush.
You can step onto that course.
Yeah, that's what I did.
When I was the assistant at Fairfield, there used to be a great rivalry between the two clubs and everything. But at Denton, they took a lad on for work experience for 2 weeks from school. So they get in on let's say it's a Tuesday morning. Ed Greenkeeper says to young Matt or whatever he's called, right, we need to go and swish the greens and rake the bunkers. So he says to the young kid, right, you go out, rake the bunkers. John, Paul, you go and do that. Right, so this kid's gone. So it's come back in at 11 o'clock, brew time and what have you, and then we'll finish off by dinner time. Anyway, all the greenkeepers go back to the sheds for the brew at 11. This kid doesn't turn up. So the head greenkeeper at the time, I knew him, Rick Castle, works in Spain now. He's thinking, where's the young lad gone? So they all say, oh, sod it, he's not going to have his watch on. They all go back out, come back in at dinner time at 1 o'clock, still not back. They're all thinking, what has gone on? Anyway, 2 o'clock, he turns up. Says, Jesus, there's some bunkers on this place, isn't there? And Rick's like, well, there's not that many. It normally takes two of us about an hour to do them all. He went, oh, God. He said, I went down the first end and went on that whole end. Right. He's only gone on to Fairfield and gone half of there. Because you can understand how he's done it, because when you go down the second, you can step onto Fairfield and go round a loop of 6 holes back to Denton's 8T. So he's gone and raked half of Fairfield. He's been out there.
Martha's come to say hello.
Hello, Martha.
Hello.
Hi, Martha.
Hello to everyone, Martha.
I hope she can't hear this next comment.
No, she can't hear.
She can see that's you don't. That's from Mike Lynch. She's asking about
Harold Shipman.
I don't know who that's meant to be.
Who looks like Harold Shipman?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I hope he's not directing that at young Terence.
He can't be Terence.
Well, he's not got a beard.
It must be. It must be Rory.
But I'm not grey.
Not grey.
Dr. Shipman, you're bald though.
Shipman wasn't bald, was he?
I don't know.
Ow.
I don't know. No.
Never had the pleasure of meeting him.
No, yeah, but you've seen the pictures of him, though.
Wouldn't be sat here now if I'd have met him, would I?
He looks like Axel.
Axel is Dr. Shipman.
So we had that one. We did it on Twitter, so people may not seen, but I did a thing the other week of saying, what's the best shot you've seen at Ashton on Mersey?
Oh yeah, I answered that.
Rory Walsh, what was the one that you mentioned? Because
it was Mr. Nielsen.
It was Axel Nielsen. Go on.
I'll tell you how long ago. Do you know how long ago it was? It was when I won my first club championship. So I think that was about 2000.
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2001 or something like that. So Axel was a lot younger, and we played the fourth. And stop it, Martha. We played the fourth, and he's hit it on the green off the tee. So he's got his bag. He's left it halfway down the fifth fairway, and then he's walked to the green with his putter and his driver. We've played the fourth out, got on the fifth tee, and then he's knobbed it off the tee into the trees. It's rattled around and ended up in the greenside trap of the fourth green.
Was this the old greenside trap that was the dead high sloped bunker, wasn't it? Or
Yes.
was it one of the flat ones?
No, it was one of the flat ones.
One of the flat ones by the green.
One of the flat ones by the green. And then he
On the
said,
fourth.
on the fourth.
Yeah.
And then he said to me, right, I'm gonna I said, do you want me to get your bag? He said, no, it's all right. I'll just hit this out of it. And he's got his driver in his hand. I said, just get your putter out, Axel, and just knob it out. He said, no, you watch this. And then he's hit it. Well, whatever he is. Then he's hit it. With his driver, and all this sand's gone everywhere. And he's hit it that far out of that bunker. He's gone down the dip just before the green with his driver. And then he told me one day I'll show you how to hit that shot. It's like, all right,
I don't think you can. Driver out of a bunker, 225 yards through
and
trees.
It was that long ago. It was one of those old, remember the Callaway Big Berthas?
Yeah.
The old one. It was one of them.
Yeah.
And he hit it one of them, 200 odd yards. Sorry? Well, you'll be waiting a long time, Martha. No, we're nearly finished now.
We're nearly finished, yeah.
Yeah.
Ken Warrington, quick comment. I remember taking money off Rory in a comp for having more birdies. It was like winning a board prize. Can you
never
or deny that?
Never let me forget it. Yeah, it's true. It is true, and he's never ever shut up about it for the last 15 years. Might be more.
I remember I played with Ken Warrington once, and before we went out, he comes to me in the pro shop and says, I'm not playing with birdies for you. I'm definitely not playing 50p birdies. I'm not having it today. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm not bothered, whatever. And then I think he got onto the tee, and he's just automatically gone, £2.50 then. And I just went, are you sure? He went, yeah. So, okay, go for it. Played. And I had a bit of I had 5 birds and an eagle, and he was not too happy. He was about £3
of his money.
£3.50 down in birdies.
Was it me and you, Baggers, or me and you, Rory? Was it me and you? Who was it? Was it Wayne and Simon or Pete?
No, it was Pete and Gordon. When we took them one morning and played, we had 50p birdies on it.
Breakfast gallon and birdies.
Yeah, 50p birdies, and we had 10 more birdies than they did.
Yeah, there was something like 23 birdies in the game, wasn't there?
It wasn't that. Like that. I think we had 11 birdies between us, and they had 1. And we took a $5 each off them in birdie money.
I have got a good Ken Warrington story. That
go on.
One year in President's Day, he was playing in the group in front, and there's a massive hold up on the 6, so you can't see what's going on over the rise. So by the time we get our t-shirts got down there, as we get waved on to hit onto the green. So we hit onto the green, walk down there, and at the time, the green staff had let all these reeds grow on the in front of the 7th tee where the brook is.
Yeah.
And as we're walking down there, Ken Warrington's in his underwear, nothing else on, just his underwear. And I said, "What the hell? What are you doing?" He said, "Well, you see that gap in the reeds, and there was a perfect 4-foot gap in the reeds. And when they'd gone onto the green to put out, his electric trolley was still on. And as he's walked off, it's gone into the reeds, through the reeds, into the water. And all he can see is the handle like that sticking out of the water. And he's had to strip off and wade in and pull his trolley out of the brook. And that's why we were all waiting. So, yeah, that was my lasting memory of Ken Warrington.
What's your best story, Taz, from Ashton?
Best Ashton on Mersey story? You must have one.
No,
what about the line clean?
Every day. Well, that was a good story, wasn't it, Chris?
Right.
One Christmas, we sussed out that when they clean the line behind the bar.
Well, it was Jenny, wasn't it? It was our Jenny when she used to do it.
So get excited to log off for a minute. It was Jenny, right? When they clean the lines at the pub, what they do is they pull the beer that's in the lines off. So there's between 2.5 and 4 pints per line that gets literally pulled off and put in the sink. But it was Christmas. So me and Kris prevented it from being poured down the sink.
9:30 on a Thursday morning before Christmas. 12 o'clock, me and Terry are parcelled.
22 pints later.
Of all the different beers on collection, full lot.
It wasn't my finest hour, that was it, Tess?
Yeah, it was good, mate. It was good. And the other one, it's not really a golf club story, was when I rolled over the landlord at the Bull's Head for a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
When we went to, my wife
When
and
the
daughter.
Bull's Head and popped in. It was at Cheltenham.
It was Cheltenham, and Kris said to me, "Come on, we're going to the Bull's Head." So we went to the Bull's Head, and I had a tenner on a horse that I thought was running in the next race at Cheltenham. And I won a lot of money, didn't I, Kris? It wasn't even running at Cheltenham; it was running somewhere else.
It was running in between Cheltenham meetings, and Kris had put it on. Let's say it was at Utoxeter or something, and it was something like Sergeant something or other. And Tez has had a tenner on this horse, thinking it's at Cheltenham. Anyway, we're watching the race, and it's like, let's call it Sergeant Snowden. Sergeant Snowden, blah, blah, blah. Tez says, "Oh, yeah, that's mine, that." I said, "It can't be. It's not in this race." He went, No, that's the one I've had for Kris, isn't it, Kris? And Kris says, Yeah. And there's a few blokes sat there, and Kris is like, "It'll never win." 33-1 it was, wasn't it, Tez? Anyway, it only comes in, it pissed it.
Bloody Terry Snowden. Loved it.
Kris turned around to Terry, he's like, "I'm sure you had another bet on one." And Kris texts me the next day, says, "Don't bring that Terry to my pub again."
Brilliant.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, well, I think we'll end it there. That's 45 minutes of us.
How many people watching?
We've got 21 now. It's gone up to about 27, 28. So it's been pretty good again. Thanks for everyone for joining. Hopefully we'll do another couple of these. We'll get Terry and Rory back on. Maybe a few.
Well, I'll just say a quick one there, Al. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know everybody's seen it because a lot of people have had a go. But the Pro Shop raffle is next. We're going to do this. I'm going to do it on here with you. Obviously, I'll discuss it with you. I'll see you before next Friday.
Yeah.
We'll do it live on here. So, but up to now, it's gone really well. The support that I've had from the membership has been unbelievable. I can't even express how happy I am about it. And it's come at a time where I know a lot of other people are in a terrible situation, but it really is a big help. So next Friday, we're going to do it. I think we've said 7 o'clock or something. Yeah, 7 o'clock.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it live, but maybe get someone else on with us as well doing it. So
perfect. We'll do.
So just up to now, just want to thank everybody for all the support. So it's very much appreciated.
And where's the best? We'll put that. Is it on the news thing on the website? Has that been put on there, or is it just an email?
It's just been emailed to the members because I only wanted members having a go. But
okay, no problems. Well, we'll put another. We'll send if you've not seen it. We'll send another email out. Hopefully, starting next week. Things like that. Josh is actually asking here, what about the membership raffle?
Good question. I think there was a brief discussion about that at the very beginning of this lockdown, and I'm pretty sure, can't hold me to it because, like I say, it's more of a committee decision, but I think they said everyone who's purchased the ticket up to now has got their ticket, and then when we go back, they'll carry on selling tickets and do it for the next membership year.
Right, perfect. Okay.
So basically, it's just going to be put on hold until the coming next season, the end of the season.
Just because, I mean, we have to obviously sell a lot of tickets for that to be
for it to be
viable and for it to be good, and for us to be able to provide what we were trying to offer, which is a couple of memberships, or membership and a half or something like that. So we needed to do that. The people who have bought membership raffle tickets, doesn't matter if you lose your tickets because the stubs, everything's in the safe at the golf club. It's all the money's there. All the stubs are there with everyone who's bought them up to now. So yeah, Josh, in I can't even get my words out. In reply to your question, that's I think that is pretty much what is going to happen. I believe it was Josh Corrigan's birthday yesterday, was it not?
It was. I had a good look. He walked around the course with me actually. Had a nice little stretch to the legs.
What does Josh need a free membership for? He wins that much in the Alliance.
Junior captain.
The junior captain. Josh Corrigan.
Junior captain, 3rd year running.
Right, we're going to end it there. Cheers again for everyone watching. Cheers for Terry and Rory coming on, everyone. And we'll see everyone at another time. See you soon. See you later.
Nice, everybody.